All right. I would like to welcome Louise Nyamu-Steinbeck. I hope I said that right. Yes. Who is a member of the Alumnae Association of Kenya High School, as well as Maria Nyamai-Mbugua, who's a member of the Career Day strategic team from the Alumnae Association as well of Kenya High School, as we discuss mentoring the girl child and what really is the essence of mentoring the girl child. Well, we're about to find out, but as we begin that particular conversation, here's our question of the day. I want to ask you, do you think that today's young girls are influenced more by their role models or societal pressure? Do you think that today's young girls are influenced more by their role models or societal pressure? All right, ladies, as we focus on the girl child, let me just start by understanding, or help us understand, about the Alumnae Association from Kenya High, just to get a background as to why you're so passionate about mentoring the girl child. Let's start off with you, please, Maria.
So for us, the Alumnae Association brings together old girls through the years. So we actually even have members from the 1974 class.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and our main aim is to give back, to be able to help the girls go through life, maybe a bit better than we did, with a little bit of support. And we also, as the society, we are also focused on supporting the school with infrastructure projects or whatever projects the school wants to do, because in this particular day and time, there's issues of resources for our government schools. So that's also part of our association's plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Boma ladies, if you're watching, you are well represented today. Please start sending in your shout outs, by the way, to those who are representing the alumni, as they call themselves, the old girls of Boma. But getting to you, Louise, what would you really say? And first of all, I like the hair. Looks like we have a color thing going on, right?
Yes.
We like to be bright and happy. So what would you actually say you wish you had during your time? You can also tell us which class you graduated, that you wish you had that you're offering now as an alumni association. What was lacking during your era?
Well, first of all, we're of the class of 1991. So is Maria, by the way, just by chance. Well, we were very fortunate to go to the Kenya High School. Most people realize that much later. We were extremely fortunate in that it was one of, at that time, the top girls' schools in Kenya. I think one of just about 4 national schools. But the thing is, what we got was, first of all, an amazing principal that we had. She was Mrs. Margaret Wanjoy, also the founder of Starehe Girls. And she had a very holistic view about educating the girl child. So we did have a lot of options in the school. We were not lacking in options. We were not purely an academic school. She was very, very insistent on us developing our talents in other ways. So we had a lot of sports options. We had a lot of creative options. The school was well outfitted with music, gadgets and instruments, a beautiful art studio. I think we had like 8 hockey pitches and 4 tennis courts. I mean, and a large swimming pool. There were options. And she always said that you come into the Kenya High School and you pick your talent and you run with it. So you might have had someone who was academically not quite gifted, you know, maybe not doing too well in sciences or something else, but they'll excel at hockey. They'll excel in music. They'll excel in poetry and drama. So we had that, and that was good. But nevertheless, we were socialized in a time when academics was the thing. That was it. Your parents said, you go to school and you go to university. Figure out, but you have to get to university. You know? So there was a lot of pressure in that kind of sense. And what we're doing now is we're trying to tell the girls they have also other options. You don't have to struggle to do law or engineering or medicine, which are normally the things that everyone targets, or
that was drained in you back in the
back in that time. So that's why we have actually, how many do we have? 16? 16 professional clusters this year. Those are different areas where we have mentors who give of their time, of their resources, to come and talk to the girls and show them what is possible. Can you imagine we even have In the arts cluster, which is visual, applied, and performing arts, applied arts includes cosmetology,
Yeah. Right.
includes hairstyling, you know. Performing arts includes the spoken word,
Yeah.
includes drama, you know. Visual arts, you know,
Yeah.
music and what have you. So we have all those options.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is what we're trying to offer them that we didn't have
Back
when we
in-
were socialized
yeah.
back those in the 90s and 80s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you're trying to let you know, the girl child know today that, you know, you need to be fluid.
Yeah.
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 That being said, now that we are focusing on the girl child, there's a lot of chatter, if you will, if you think about it, Maria, about why are we always focusing on the girl child, and let's just stop there for a sec, because we always say, okay, the girl child this, the girl child that, but even when you listen to, you know, mental health, you know, experts, they'll say, well, the boy child has been forgotten. This is why when we're seeing so many cases of mental health issues with you know, your boy child. So why the emphasis on girls?
I would say that's a difficult question. But for us, the main aim is because we were in the Kenya high school and we want to, it's a girls' school.
Yeah.
So for us, we mentor the girls as old girls. But I'll say from a personal opinion, why I joined the strategic team in terms of planning the career day. At the back of our mind, one of our core aims is to also influence other societies,
Right.
other old school societies, whether it's boys' schools or girls' schools, to look at having a structure similar to what we are trying to achieve, to influence them to also have the same focus, trying to broaden the views of the kids, whether it's a girl or a boy. So I wouldn't say, for us, yes, we are focused on girls because the Kenya High is a girls' school.
Yeah.
But I would say at the back of our mind, we are also targeting other old societies, old girls or old boys societies, because as we raise the girls, we definitely do need the boys to come
Right,
up.
right.
Otherwise, these girls will go out there and meet useless men. What are you going to do with this man? Right? So it's really important
Yeah.
that all our societies
Yeah.
do the same thing.
Yeah.
Focus on the kids, whether it's girls or boys. Let's
Okay.
give them the opportunities
Right.
and show them.
Even within our mentors, we don't just have women and old Kenya high school girls. We have girls from ladies, women now. We still call ourselves girls here
Yeah.
today. From other schools.
Yeah.
And we have also men. We have men mentors. We have men mentors from Alliance. We have men mentors from Starehe. We have mentors from Nyeri Baptist. And, you know, we have also men, because we
Yeah.
also want the, even when we're doing our panel, our morning plenary, we have men also whom we invite, so that they also
Yeah.
take this idea out. And there are some old boys schools that are actually doing it, but
Yeah.
we can all collaborate.
And
Yeah.
and why do you think they are not as proactive then, if you think of it in that sense? You know, you hear of the old boys of, like the way you're saying, from different institutions of, you know, or schools, but how comes they're not at the forefront the way we are seeing the alumni of Kenya Girls High School?
You know,
like what are they not doing for
I
the
wouldn't
boy
say
child?
they're not at the forefront.
Yeah.
There are some schools like Alliance High School.
Yeah.
Alliance High School are very, very well organized and very focused on their school. What they do, though, is more of building the infrastructure of the school and networking also amongst themselves. But they're very, 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 very out there. Starehe as well. It's just that, I guess, with women, just because of the situation we find ourselves in and what we know these girls are going through, and we can see where they're going because we've walked those journeys. We're like, no, we have to help these girls to notice there's traps and there's pitfalls and all that. And I think that's why we are very, very invested. And also because of our nature of nurturing. We have that nature of nurturing. And I think it helps a lot that we're, because there are also other schools. Precious Blood is one of them that also does a lot for their, PB does a lot for their school.
Nice.
So, but we are also very fortunate, this is really important, that very many Kenya high school alumni are in certain positions of power and influence.
Isn't it?
Yes. So we are able to network and to plug in those people. Like if we need someone to come and speak on something, we're like, you
Come through.
come, please.
Yeah.
You know, so we are so fortunate, and this is what we as an alumni are trying to say. We have to get and leverage all that power and all those networks that we have amongst us.
Okay.
and hopefully do something good for our girls, because they are our girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting back to you, Maria, on the importance of giving back. I mean, the fact that you have a job means you probably went to some tertiary institution,
Yes.
which means you went to a high school, which means you went to a primary. But very few of us decide to stop and look back to where we came from. It doesn't matter which school
Yeah.
you are in. But what's the importance of giving back to that institution that raised you, that shaped you, that, you know, formed the person that you are today? So many of us live, even if it's the schools that are in counties, you
Yeah.
know, out of Nairobi.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, by the way, I studied in Moranga, but that's done and done. I'm done. And you
Yeah.
never think about going back to that school. You don't call, you don't find out what's happening. So why is it so important to do what you guys are doing as an alumni? Why be part of an alumni?
So I'd say,
Yeah.
for me personally, the 4 years I was at the Kenya High School built me. So there are a lot of values that we gained and that I gained personally. And one of our mottos, actually our core motto, is to serve is to reign, Servire est regnare. So for me, every time I go out there, I'm thinking, I got this from the school. These are the values I got even from the principal, as she says, Mrs. Wanjoy. We had excellent teachers, Mrs. Wenda, who's in charge of the Career Day department. But what I got from the school, I would like others to benefit as well. Because I was involved, just as an example, I was involved in sports. And because I was involved in sports and I got quite good at it, it pulled me out of my shell, because I was a quiet person. But it allows me now, even when I go into any boardroom, I'm able to stand and speak and have a conversation and put my points across. So I would like the girls to have the same, experience I had. In this day and age, at the moment, we know with the new government policy of having all kids go through school, 100% transition, a lot of our schools are really packed.
Yeah.
And they're overly stretched. So the girls are missing that individual one-on-one that we got because we were fewer in a class, right? So the importance of also old girls or old boys associations coming in to support the teachers and the school to be able to have the students going through getting the same values they had is really key, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Until we get the government is able to build up infrastructure and have capacity to hold and get these kids properly trained, we have to find a parallel way of supporting them so that they can have the same advantages that we had by going through such an excellent school. So that's why I do it. It's just I like them to stand actually on my shoulders and do better than I've done in life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Louise, how would you say how transformative your presence as an alumni, and not just you, let's even think broader from Kenya High School. If you think about all these alumni associations or clubs, whatever you'll call them, from different institutions, like how important are they? What are they transforming? You know, what's the impact that they are having, you know, in their schools that they were part of?
Let's look at our theme, the future of work.
Yeah.
Now, girls and boys, high school, secondary students, they're very enclosed nowadays. You know, we were fortunate enough when we were in high school, we could leave school at some points,
Right.
not just half term, and you know, we had some of those luxuries, I call them. Nowadays, kids are really, once they get into school, until the end of term, some of them don't leave school. They don't have access to much that is happening outside the world. That means even when it comes to globally or regionally important discourse, they will not be able to catch it. We who are practicing, who are applying what we learned, we are able to catch those things and say, oh, this is important for the girls, this is important for the boys. That's why, for example, the future of work is one of the things that we chose, because post-pandemic, what does that mean? We're here trying to mentor them, trying to give them options for how to operate post-high school. We're not talking about really careers per se, because careers really is also slowly becoming redundant.
Yeah.
But what to do, what options to have post-high school. And we need them to know that, look, we've just come out of a pandemic or still are in a pandemic.
Right.
What does that mean for you as a high schooler?
True.
So
True.
if you decide right now, I definitely want to be a doctor, for sure, and I'm not budging from that, you know, what happens when 5 years down the line, we don't need doctors anymore? Because everyone can use
Yeah.
this to treat themselves.
Yeah.
Or to medically,
Yeah.
Telemedicine,
Yeah.
telemedicine
Yeah.
with a specialist. You know, those are things we're trying to show them. You have to broaden your space. Don't be so linear. Don't be so binary in your thinking. You know, and that's why we have all these options. And we do know that the teachers are stretched. They are stretched. The schools are stretched. Most teachers, they feel they come to teaching as a vocation, like being in the clergy. They actually it's a calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when they find certain situations, it becomes very hard. And a lot of teachers have to use their own spare time to
Their
make
resources.
sure. And now can you imagine, this school year is only 9 months long.
Wow.
They've just gone back to school. By November, they have to be done with the entire curriculum. So you can imagine the pressure. Saturday class, Sunday class. What does that mean for these girls? What does it mean? And so there are many things that we can show them that they cannot see while they're in this space right now. At least give them a glimpse. This is what you can expect. Be open.
Yeah.
Don't narrow yourselves to certain things. You know, take 3 options.
Yeah.
You know, according to your talents. And I think there was one time we had one of the themes that we had was something about turning passion, potential into a profession or something like that. And this, like Maria was a very good basketballer, by the way. Oh, she
Nice,
was
okay.
fantastic. I don't even know why you didn't go further with basketball.
Life.
Right. But here's the thing. I mean, even moving away from the alumni, because it seems to me it's amazing what you guys are doing with the event that's coming up. But, you know, making this a long-term plan. Are you guys transferring the skills, the knowledge to perhaps even those who are currently within the institution, so that now they're having peer-to-peer kind of counseling, kind of talks, because not every day will Marie and Louise be there. You know, you're coming maybe after every quarter or so forth. So what can you do to make this a long-term thing so that the girls are not feeling like, okay, fine, it's not just a career day, it's I have someone walking with me throughout this journey. Yeah.
I'll just give a brief one and then Louise can add.
Yeah.
But from me, my view is, and the view of the society actually, is that this is one of the main tenets of the society. So having the career day and what we call career talks throughout the year makes sense. The other thing that I know the school does is that they have clubs for the girls. They might not have as much time as they used to have for clubs because of completing the curriculum, but some of the clubs are tweaked towards things like the environment, things like leadership and stuff like that. So in some ways the school is also making an effort, and I think for us as the society we're trying to support them for them to achieve that, broadening the outlook of the girls so that they're not just fixated on the particular subjects that they're doing at the moment. But maybe Louise wants to add to that.
Yeah, what I can say is that beyond the career day, during the school year, we also have like talks that we offer the girls. So we invite people from different areas. We can decide, okay, this time it will be legal, this time it will be public health, this time it will be like that. So we do bring in some people in conjunction with the school. It's the biggest barrier is the school calendar. Especially post-COVID or during COVID. The school calendar is really a problem because the Ministry of Education only allows certain spaces for public events or for events with visitors from outside. So that is a barrier. But also we have girls amongst ourselves who actually during the holidays pick some girls and put them on attachment in their companies. You see, it's about where you are, what kind of position and power you have. You know, if I'm a shopkeeper somewhere, I might not be able to take in a girl. But if I sit on a corporate board, I might be able to have that kind of influence. So that is what we do. But also during the last, like I think it was 2019 and 2020 when Kenya High School topped KCSE rankings. I'm against rankings, but it was. We highlighted, for example, the top girls publicly, social media. so that they're seen. And we got people responding. Oh, I'm interested in that girl. I'm interested in sponsoring that girl for university. I mean, yes, that kind of thing. So we actually leverage social media a lot.
Okay. All right, ladies, let's take a short commercial break. And I do understand that your principal is finally in the house.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're talking about mentoring the girl child today. And of course, we're partnering up with the Alumni Association of Kenya High School. And so as we continue with our Boma old girls, continue to talk to us through our social media platforms. Here's our question of the day. Just so you know, we're asking, do you think today's young girls are influenced more by their role models or societal pressure? Keep talking to us at K24 TV. We'll be back in just a moment.